Okay, and we're live! Woohoo! All right, this is the
Hi.
Craft and Crafty Chat with my bestie, Emily. And it's Emily Miner of minorDIY, and I'm Jen Swift of Well Crafted Studio. Say hi, Em.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, Jen.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really glad you could do it. Amy is actually at an eye appointment, and we actually pushed this back a couple hours because I was taking my mom to an eye appointment this morning. So that turned out kind of weird, like coincidental.
But eye health, it's important.
Yeah, well, and I'm really glad that I was able to do that. She actually lives in Montana now, so she flew back
Yeah, yeah.
here. And we've had a
Hi.
couple of days where I've gotten to actually spend with her. And yesterday, my 18-year-old even went to the art museum with us, which was like a huge win. So that was really fun.
Yay.
Yeah, I like doing that stuff. So, Emily, tell us a little bit about you. Oh, wait, we should probably say hi in the
Oh,
chat quick, actually.
okay. Here, just 1 minute. Let me see if I want to be able to see the chat here, but I haven't quite figured out how to do that
Because
without
there
any
are a
sound.
lot of
So,
really amazing people here. Okay, and from all over the place too. Jill from Kentucky, Linda's here. Oh, and she's able to come because it's a little later. And Martha says it's good afternoon. Betsy says good morning, almost afternoon. Let's see. So we're getting a big mix of mornings and afternoons right now. Oh, let's see. Teresa, PD, Marty, Joe is here. Oh, and
yep.
Jen's here from
Oh, Jen
Jen
too.
from Alberta, and Corey. You guys are. Oh, Lois found us. You know what? This is so awesome. You guys, thank you so much for joining us. So this is, I don't know, I think this is like maybe the fifth or sixth of these coffee chats. And I mean, we're kind of finding our rhythm and they're fun. And today I'm super excited to bring on Emily. So,
Yeah. All right. I think everything's sorted on my end here. So, yes. Good.
yeah, I have to say neither one of
It's
us is the most techie person.
I used to work in IT.
You
Like
did
I ran our
not.
telecom. Yeah, I was super good at computers. Yeah, I had our parents like buy us a computer when I was 6, like when the first home computer
Wow.
came out, and I would like program in DOS for fun.
You
So I
did
used to be
not.
really techie.
Uh huh.
Yes.
And then 4 children later, right? They say you like,
Right.
for each one that you like kind of, no.
But and when you're not in it, like,
Yes.
and it's changed.
It's so true. I actually, with my mom, she loves to do mixed media. So we actually got out like the mixed media stuff yesterday. And I'm like, it has been so long since I've used some of this stuff. It's really, if you're not current with things, you tend to just kind of, replace those things with other things in your mind, I think. So,
Yeah. When you're not focusing on it, yeah, you just totally kind of forget all about it.
although, this kind of makes a little sense now that I know this about you, because you
Yeah.
are one of the people that I know that you can actually like create the coolest things, and I can follow your instructions because they're very easily, relatable. But the idea of coming up with some of the things that you come up with is just blows my mind. Like it's just crazy, crazy stuff. Like show us a couple of your things, and then we'll blow their mind too. Now that we've got that kind of like.
Like, well, where do you want me to start?
Well, okay, so I think that you might have. Well, let's talk about graduation. So, did you
Okay.
have some? And like, actually, let's talk about cards because you are actually one of the card. So, besides being technically just amazing, you're one of the people that I know that actually puts their. You put your heart and soul into what you do with cards and with creating things because not only are you technically proficient, but you actually come in and you actually think about, okay, now who is this going to go to? How can we support them? How can we encourage them? Like you really put your emotions behind these, and that's why you come up with some of the most incredible designs. Like your hug card is just like the simplest, sweetest, like, but one of the best ways I know that during the pandemic to send somebody a hug like that was just so amazingly sweet and perfect because
Yeah,
people couldn't touch and hug.
exactly. And like that all came about actually because I saw a post in a Facebook group that somebody wanted to send like their grandkids a card, like announcing the date that they would be vaccinated and they could like go and actually like hug them in person.
Oh, just
And I was
waiting
like,
for that moment
oh,
again.
yeah. So, I mean, yeah, pandemic changed a lot of stuff. But let's see, my hug card. And yeah. And I love the mechanism. I changed it a little bit. Like, so there's one thing I really want to give you, and that's just print and cut. And
See, that
there's the
is
hug.
so cute.
Yay!
Oh, Tammy,
Yeah.
Tammy says she loves the hug cards. Oh, Lucy
Yeah.
says the hug card is such a great idea. And Betty said that she did the accordion card that you did for the Cricket Crafting Adventure. That must
Yep.
have been the photo one, huh?
That is correct. It is the mantle-worthy card.
That one was just, I love all the photos, but I love how it has a little bit of a collage effect going there. It's not just like, flat, flat, flat.
Yep.
It's like you've got
And,
all kinds of different things going.
yep. And it, you can still mail it. So it's good. And I made it so, it can be displayed. Because when we make cards, like we spend so much time getting them just right for that person.
Yep.
Right. You don't want them to be like, oh, well, that's pretty paper. Toss. So I figure with a photo, they're at least, less likely to do that.
Yep. Yeah, photos, I think crafting with photos, because I think a lot of us started the Cricut because we wanted to create personalized custom things. And so bringing photos into your crafts, it kind of just takes that a next step forward.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, I got into it because I wanted to make family t-shirts.
Really? How
And
did that
design.
turn into, like, did you put photos on t-shirts?
Oh, no. I mean, this was what, 4 or 5 years ago, right?
Uh-huh.
When I was living in Belgium, and we would always dress our kids in neon colors in the airport because with so many little ones, it's like, okay, what if they get lost? Like, it's busy. We traveled and we lived in China for 9 years. We lived in Belgium for 5 years. We were constantly traveling in big international airports, so we wanted to be able to find them.
Yeah, that'd be
spot them
scary
quickly.
with little ones.
I was like, they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to be able to get out of security. Like, it'll be fine. And no one ever wandered away. But it was just easy to spot them. And the flight attendants loved it because they knew who they belonged to. And they're like, if they're going to the bathroom by themselves when they come back, and they're like, oh, yep, you're in this row. Oh, here, let me move this. Let me, yeah, we got lots of compliments. So I wanted to create like a logo that said like Team Minor. Since we have 4 kids, we're just one shy of a basketball team.
I suppose you are, huh?
Right?
Yep.
And they've kind of embraced that too. So instead of yelling, Jackson, Juliana, Jameson, Joella, get over here. It's just Team Minor. And it's everybody.
Yep. That's funny.
It
Stat.
is funny.
You're going to have plays and things, 4, 4, go. I like that. So how did that turn into photographs, though?
Well, then I learned, a few more things you could do. Got into vinyl and, water bottles. And I started making, gifts for birthday parties. Like, my daughter had a mermaid-themed birthday party. So I bought water bottles at the store and put everybody's name on it with, under the sea icons. And
You were the extra mom.
For more personal. I had a lot more time then because, we were overseas and we had help and we had it seemed like I had more time. And then it got into, I made a photo explosion box for one friend's 40th and then another friend's 50th.
And that's the start.
Yep.
It exploded from there, right?
Exactly. It totally exploded from there.
Well, I think you are known for, as the person to go to for photo explosion boxes now. Because we see other explosion boxes, but your photo ones are, next level. Seriously.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
And I used to make photo books, actually, for going away presents in China for our friends. So... And a lot of them had lived in China, 5, 10, 15 years. And I'd put all of the digital photos together that we had together, our memories, and give it to them as they went away. And so the photo explosion box kind of took that to a new level.
Yep. Yeah, no, I think your stuff is always one of the especially with the Cricut Crafting Adventure, I saw a lot of people were just wowed by your cute little suitcase that you did, which
Yeah.
I got the materials for the other day, so I was gonna make that with my mom when she's back with me again.
Yeah.
She ended up going up with my aunt for a few days, and now she'll come back and hang out. So we're gonna make that. So I'll have to send you
Cool.
pics and show you what it
You
looks like.
will. Post them in the group.
I'll do that.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm seeing here about the cards and oh, love the cards, love the cards. Thank you. Um, yep, the hug card is on my site. I think you guys all have the link. You can search for hug. Um, I'm not sure. PD, mom is in early dementia stages. I need to do one
Oh
of those for
no.
her. Several people have done similar ones, and yeah, it's nice to have familiar and comforting photos. Yeah, the cards engineer. Thank you. I do a lot of stuff. I have so many ideas for cards to engineer. Like, yeah, it's. I'm sure you have the same problem, Jen, right? Like, there's so many ideas. Like,
I
I
do.
want to make all the things.
I have my
And
squirrel
then,
earrings on today.
oh,
This
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I actually you can't see it right now, but I have door behind me that I put post-it notes with ideas on it. And it's like I was just looking the other day, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, some of these ideas are so old." But if I get them out of my head and put them on the I'll put it on a post-it note and then stick it on my door, it's like I feel like I can, kind of move them around and then kind of prioritize a little bit better because the ideas are not the problem, prioritizing things is. I easily get overwhelmed.
Exactly. And then there's so many like details and you want it to be perfect. And so there's the design and the cut and the design and then finally when you get it perfect, then there's the put the tutorial together and like be able to explain it easily and clearly for everyone. And then like there's
Yeah,
so
that's
many
almost
aspects,
like two
right?
brains. Like it takes like I'll be my left brain
Yes.
for a while and have to like kind of figure stuff out and be my right brain where I'm kind of like being creative and stuff. And I almost have to like break things into two different days. So this is my day to be woo, and then this is my day where I have to like dial it in.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah. It's actually that kind of brings us to something I also wanted to talk to you about. Everybody says they need more ideas or more time of the day. Yeah, nobody's saying they need more ideas. Oh, and Jeremy, my husband Jeremy, is actually in the chat and he posted a link to your card. So,
Oh, thank you, Jeremy. Oh, Dieter's on here too. Awesome. One of our good friends from Belgium, actually. And their last name is Vanderloo, which is lion in Dutch. And so I designed a family logo for them.
oh,
Once again, the
family logo.
personalization, right? With lions, like, a big male lion and a mama lion and two cubs.
Oh,
And
cool.
like Dieter's has his coworkers are so jealous.
Yeah, who doesn't want a family logo? That's like,
Right? And so like we put it on like polo shirts for work and now water bottles and like it's cool, right?
I do have to say that I created a brand kit for my son's graduation party last week so that I could actually have the colors, the fonts, so when I could design his card. And then I also created well, okay, I was trying to avoid work at the time, which is a big part of it because I was stalled out on something else. And so I designed little return address tags with a picture of him on it. And yeah, it was really bad. It was just like you could tell I was trying to avoid something because I kind of went like above and beyond. So, but we get to do that with the
And
Cricut.
yes, above and beyond. Yeah, it's awesome. It's special. And that's what I love about I guess creating and doing what we do is making something like really special for
and it,
somebody.
and
Like
something that's
it's not a
uniquely
Walmart gift card.
appropriate. Yeah. And I think that's
Yeah.
another thing that I like about what you do is that you actually, I mean, okay, so I'm just going to say it. There are not a lot of people out there that are doing cards that aren't Hallmark. And you do the anti-Hallmark cards.
I do. Um, and yeah, don't get me wrong. There are so many beautiful cards and all the flowers and Mother's Day and da 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 da. Da. Like there's very beautiful cards. But I also know that it can be really hard. And like I've been through a lot of situations personally. Um, and so things just aren't happy all the time for everyone. So like I'm
No,
thinking
it's
of
not life.
our family photographer friend who her first baby, totally normal pregnancy, and all of a sudden, she was getting ready to push and the baby's heart rate dropped and she was stillborn. So
Ugh.
if you can't understand how Mother's Day would be hard for, something like that. Well, everybody can. Everyone, of course, can.
Yeah.
And there's just so many. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make anyone cry, but
I don't mean to cry. It's
it
not
is.
me.
It's sad. Like when we first learned, like
Oh, my heart. I
people
mean,
were devastated for like days and days. Like it's this heavy, heavy thing, and it's like a lot of people don't talk about the hard things. They don't talk about how, well, I've had 2 or 3 or 5 losses before our one baby.
yeah.
And, it's easy for everyone to say, well, just look on the bright side. You have one. Like, but you still went through all that pain. And I feel like there's a lot of pain in the world.
Personally, I get really uncomfortable because I don't know how to. So I don't know how to express how I feel about, and then I'm afraid that I'm going to like get it wrong, and I'm going to like express concern, or I'm going to express how I like, sympathy, but it won't be done right. And so then I just kind of get like, don't know what to do. So cards like yours, I think that say it for you, are so needed, because I know I'm not the only one that gets like, doesn't know what to say in those
No,
situations.
absolutely not. Yeah, May's Mental Health Month. So
Yes, it
might as
is.
well talk about it. Um, so the reason I feel like I know, which there's never, really any right things to say in terrible situations. So I had a younger brother who committed suicide almost 15 years ago now. And I tell everyone, just kind of like after that terrible, terrible, terrible experience, I'm not afraid of crying in front of anyone anymore or saying this. And you kind of learn what, I don't know, what people might be thinking. And people that have gone through grief, and there's many, many, many situations, that you're grieving, whether it's an illness, like a cancer, or going through loss, or going through, I feel like it can all be kind of similar. Like I don't know what a cancer diagnosis is like, but I can guess that it, I don't even know how to describe it, but like I feel like I can put myself in someone's shoes and like try to think about, well, what if.
Yeah. So mental health is actually, so not only, I mean, grief is one, thing to talk about, but also with May being Mental Health Month, I knew that you and I were kind of perfect to have this conversation, because I actually have had a lot of mental health things over the years. And, starting when I was, very, very young, I had anxiety that turned into depression, which eventually I was diagnosed bipolar. And so, which, those diagnoses finally come and you're like so relieved. You're like, oh, that's what the problem was. And then recently I realized how much of my daily life is impacted by the ADD, which as an adult, you don't get a lot of people that are, diagnosed as adults. And so I feel like the crafting, not only is it like, can I create cards that kind of help other people through things, but I can also go ahead and it's really helping myself to do it as well. Because the crafting, it really it can be therapy for those of us that have so much going on in their minds, to be able to just sit down and say, I am going to make this card, and this is my focus, and this is what I'm doing right now, or I am going to make this project, or I'm going to have this deadline and make this for this person. Like having those parameters really helps me focus in on creating something like specific. And so personally, I know that I've used craft as therapy for many, many years, and I know that's something that you are also. In fact, don't you have a semicolon?
I do. Yeah. Because I knew we were talking about mental health. So I have, because you taught me how to draw and procreate. So like I actually have, so this is a sticker, this is print and cut. I actually have 4 different designs. Like one's a rainbow, one's purple, like different ones for stickers. And I also have, I think we all know someone who's struggling. So I created, like, it's just an outline,
Uh huh.
and so you can stick it like on your bathroom mirror. If for those of you who aren't familiar with the meaning of the semicolon in mental health, it's used to basically, an author uses it when they could have ended a sentence, they could put a period in, but they chose not to. They kept going. So it is big in suicide awareness for, you know, having such a tough time. You want
Mm-hmm.
to end your life, but you're choosing not to.
So that acknowledgement, but then going on anyways.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of people now, you'll see semicolon tattoos. Like
Mm-hmm.
they might have kind of like an infinity symbol like on their wrist with a little semicolon in it. I don't have any tattoos, but my pharmacist I saw had a Mickey Mouse semicolon tattoo, like right about right here, and I was like, I need to do a
So
semicolon.
I do think that, so, I mean, we talked about this beforehand. I really decided to have this conversation today because it just is so perfect with, May and you and I. Um, but I think that more people are being more upfront about this too, and sharing these struggles is really helpful to everybody. And I think that things like the semicolon are, I mean, I know I'm older than you am, but back when I was first trying to get insurance as like a new adult, I was denied health insurance because I was crazy. So, I mean, things have come a long way in those,
Yes.
25 years or something like that. But it's because people are willing to be open and share that, functioning people
Exactly.
still struggle. So,
Exactly. Like
yeah,
I wonder. I mean, my brother flat out refused. I
to
will
get
not
help.
take medicine.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
And that, and then so you wonder, like, now it's 15 years later, like with all the conversations, like could it have been different? I don't know.
mhm.
But if we can help someone, yeah. So I have treatment resistant depression. Like I've been struggling since I was a teenager, and also diagnosed with ADHD as an adult.
Mhm.
Um, but gifted kid, so never caused a problem in the
Yeah.
classroom.
Yep.
I was always just reading a book or doing something that interested me,
Yep.
not running around. So, um, and yeah, so yeah, I've tried lots of stuff, lots and lots and lots of stuff. So, and it's still hard. Like as we're older, you're going like, oh, but that's not something we talk about,
Yeah.
but we actually should,
Well, and I
because I
think
think
you do a great job with being open to your audience. So if people actually go ahead to minorDIY and subscribe, I know in your welcome sequence right off the bat, you say, hey, life is not all unicorns and sunshine. So here's something that, let's talk about this. And if I can help, I will. And that's actually one of the great things about having such a community, like a virtual online community, is that you can find people in different situations and find people that you can connect with that might have some kind of similar background as you, that, just there's that connection. And I really appreciate that with these virtual things, because there's
yes.
people here in the chat from all over the world, from all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to know that you guys are probably here for a purpose today is
Yeah.
just really exciting. So,
Oh, look at this. Maria says, so glad you guys are here. You're making me feel very happy.
oh,
Lots of people
that's
saying
good.
you can process things better with crafts and
Hmm.
art. Um, Susan, crafting's absolutely therapy. Like, yeah, like it just, you can't I think it's scientifically proven like you can't be thinking two things at the same time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Like you might be trying like switching back and forth between them really quickly, but at the same time, it's not two. So when we are concentrating on whether it's, setting score lines in design space or attaching or choosing the color of something, like
Mm-hmm.
we're focusing on something else, not laying in bed and going, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. This,
Yeah.
it's never going to get better. So
You're
it's,
still allowed to, you're still allowing yourself to feel, but you're not letting yourself dwell. Okay, so that is actually a really good, I wanted to bring something up today. Well, I'll show you guys something. So a while ago, somebody contacted me on Instagram and asked me to take a look at their project or their product. And I don't usually do that, even though I love to help like small business owners. I'm actually not cool enough where I actually get that many people asking me either. So just to throw that out there. But she has this book called Weeds. And I thought it was interesting because it's all, I can kind of show you, it's all, let's see, like vinyl that's been cut. And then, so you can kind of see what the pages look like. And then you would go ahead and you would weed them. Okay, so this is for people that use weeding as kind of a therapy. Now, I am not one of those people. In fact, I think we should do a poll here and see who likes weeding or not. Who would think weeding is a therapy? Because I seriously get so upset when I'm weeding. Like, it just really drives me nuts. But my mom, who has trouble with, she has trouble seeing things. I got her the Cricut Bright Pad the other day. Mm-hmm. And she was sitting there and she was like really close to it. And she had those little pen clicker things, have you seen those?
The tiny weeding things.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got like a needle in a pen. They're so cool. So she loves that. So she was sitting there and she was just really focused and she's feeling really good about being able to do this. Just kind of focusing in and not, she just loved it. So I thought that knowing that we were going to probably have this conversation today, I would it's a Etsy shop called Weeds and there's transfer tape too. So in the back, so you guys pull it out.
Can you do something with your design then?
Yeah, it's not just weeding.
Yep.
But yeah,
That's
so I thought
cool.
there's some really innovative, because I think that, for so many people craft as therapy, that I think there's getting to be more and more people that are trying, kind of facilitate that a little bit. Because I thought that was genius. Because I know it just blows my mind every time I'm on, online, and I see those incredibly, those huge mandalas that are the tiny, tiny details. And that looks like my version of hell. But some people are just like, I love this so much. I love doing this. Hours spent weeding are my thing. And I'm like, whoa, no. But I don't know, maybe you do like it. So maybe I'm just,
I feel like it's so-so. Like, it's not my favorite thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't mind it. Now, weeding glitter vinyl is a different story, right? Everybody, it can be a nightmare.
I have not had a good experience with it at all. I literally threw it across the room one day. But then again, you see people online talking about how great it is to use and how much they love it. And
I actually love to use glitter vinyl for cards.
Really?
Yep.
Like for real?
For real. Let's see. Okay, so
now is it the HTV or is it just regular vinyl?
The HTV. The HTV because okay, so it's just the little this is from the center of a winter explosion box, which is free on my site.
So cute.
But so the scarf, cute, right? And these little tiny, the beaks and the feet, that's regular HTV.
Okay.
And so you don't have to line anything up, like the 2 feet together or whatever. So, and you don't have, can you imagine cutting out cardstock that tiny?
And then trying not to lose the pieces?
Exactly. So just the HTV works wonderfully on cardstock.
So you just iron it on. I actually have not tried that yet.
Yep. You just grab your little mini press and it's totally worth a mini press when you're doing cards and stuff with it.
And it doesn't burn the paper.
Nope.
Because it has that sheet.
Parchment paper over it. Yep. And it's really fast. You only want to put it on for 5 to 10 seconds.
Okay.
And I've learned Okay, so this on the other side, people think we're always really good at everything. Can you see the glue that's squished out
Oh
around the
yeah,
nose and stuff?
it adds
So if
dimension.
you press down too much or move it around like the on the cardstock, it doesn't go in the fabric like normal. It can
Uh-huh.
go out. So yeah.
Oh, that's
Um,
interesting.
yeah. I love it. Like I have been using it a lot lately actually. Where is it? Oh yeah. Okay, so this is from a new workshop I'm working on, but my plot twist card.
Ooh, I
So
love this one. Show 'em, show 'em, show 'em, Em. It's so cute.
okay, so but I have to do the disclaimer. This is totally 100% not true. Okay?
Okay.
What is written in this card.
Okay, just throwing that out there now. Now I wonder what it's gonna say.
Exactly. Exactly. But so okay, so this is just metallic HTV. So there's
Okay.
no like lining it up. You weed it and you put it on. No glue,
Okay.
no like it's nice. Okay, so this is the twist and pop. And
Good thing you
right? So
qualified that
can
one
you imagine
beforehand.
like her like a best friend, so you know that she's pregnant and stuff, but then all of a sudden, ta-da,
Hmm.
surprise.
That's cool. What
Yeah.
else would you put on that? Because I honestly, I'm never gonna use that one. So
Yeah. No, me neither. But I mean, plot twist. We're
you
moving to China.
graduated? Shh, just kidding.
I'm
No.
changing my major. I'm backpacking through Europe instead of going to school. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, um,
Yep.
unexpectedly going to be a grandparent, or you know what I mean? Like there's a few
Plot
different
twist.
things.
You're no longer 40.
That,
39. No, just kidding. My husband's birthday's tomorrow and he's going to be 49. So
uh-huh.
I made sure to tell as many people as I could in my email this morning. So I'm sure he loved it.
He probably loves his May the 4th birthday though.
He is a huge Star Wars fan from early on, as
Yep.
early as it could get. He saw them all in the theaters. So yeah, he is yeah, I don't know. I mean, my son, it made it really easy for our son to remember his birthday, like when he was
Yeah.
little. So it's definitely a thing in our house. So he usually gets some Star Wars T-shirts for his birthday and stuff. So
Oh, fun.
yeah,
I have another one. I don't know if you've seen this one, Jen. The twist and pop.
I don't know.
But it is.
That's a grad card. No, it's not.
Well,
But
it's actually my kids, their class photos or whatever.
I got that
But
now.
again, wouldn't it be nice to send a grandparent who can then just like easily display it for a while?
Yep. Yeah,
So,
no, I'm seeing grad everywhere right now. Up until
yes.
this year, I always get a little annoyed at grad season because there's so much grad stuff. The last 2
Yep.
years. Sorry, I just saw in the chat. Kathy says, instead of anniversary, celebrating a divorce. I'm like, oh, yeah. Plot twist. I am your
Yeah.
father.
Plot twist.
That's an awesome one. Star Wars
Yes.
points for that one.
Oh, the weeding vinyl. Yes is 55 and no is 45.
Oh, that's pretty close. I would have thought everybody would be me. Just kidding.
Yeah, just turned 60. Yeah, oh, Susan, your father to a kid you didn't know. Yep, exactly. Like, I feel like, we were gonna retire, but now we're not. Or there's all kinds of
Yeah.
people get curveballs thrown at them all the time.
Yeah, and making fun of it like that, I think is really fun. I mean, I like that. So,
Yep.
yeah.
And I mean, I know quite a few people who are like, plot twist.
Uh-huh.
10 years later, we had
Yes.
scoops.
That's a surprise.
Surprise! Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah. So, tell us what else you're working on. Do you have
okay.
anything? Did you have anything else there? I can't see.
Oh, I have a ton of stuff here, Jen. Okay, so let's go back to
Oh,
the
sorry. Jill said plot
plot
twist. We
twist.
should-
Spent your inheritance. Love it.
That's actually a really good one. Okay, so
is
tell us what you're working on.
Okay, so people are talking about the explosion box, the suitcase that they left it and stuff. And so I have actually made something new for it. I was helping a lady come up with an idea for her daughter who is, I believe, graduating like with her master's or something, and there was a little bit of tension and stuff in the family, and she wanted to do something really special. So what I've done is created, so I have on my site, so there's 2 boxes in the center.
Okay. God, those are just so cool.
And oh my gosh, okay, 1212 cardstock. I got their little black pack of mixed media cardstock. It's amazing.
I've never heard
I'm
of
so glad I discovered them. Okay, so the bottom box is a box that is just a film strip.
It says
and
pull.
You can see it's packed in there.
Oh, it looks like the slides.
Yep, but so
But it's
then,
a strip.
Okay, this is me. These are all me. First day of school, kindergarten, and whoop, there it goes. So, like,
wow.
And you don't have to do it all in one. Like, it might be actually easier if you do several of them. But so you could put in pictures, of whatever you want, or icons, or write memories on it, or like there's so many different things you could do. And I love doing things like, okay, so for these 3
look
pictures,
at how cute you were.
These 4, I know, right? But like I just did like the borders and stuff in Design Space.
Okay.
And it's print to cut.
And so they're flattened.
You introduced me to the amazing printable vinyl sticker paper. So literally, again, no glue, like just stick it on there.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah. And like, I always wanted one of those, do you remember they had ovals and you put your picture in from every year, like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and like had a school in the middle, or, something like that. I always wanted those.
Really?
I don't know. As a child, I don't know why. But we do not have one. Okay. So I labeled my pictures of the grade.
I'm like, and you could do that in Design Space. Like, you don't have to have a design program or anything.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And so I am putting the box and the film strip and everything on my site. I don't quite have the tutorial done, but I will be posting it in the Cricut Adventure Facebook group, so everybody can download it for free. Just like I said, I need to just finish the tutorial, just so you know how to put it together.
We'll be sure to watch for that.
Yeah, and then awesome. Is Emily even holding up? So, Jeremy, can you do a poll to guess how old I am? I'm so curious because I'm older than I look.
Well, that's a hint.
It's funny to me, though, because people always think I'm young.
I was just I was just looking at your photos on your strip. I'm like, I recognize that hairstyle. What grade was I in that hairstyle? So I was like trying to mentally like do that. So it's kind of funny that you brought that up, that your
glasses.
Yeah.
And the when they went around with the different backgrounds, and there was like the laser background and the sparkle background.
Yeah, I think that was pre-me, but post me, but maybe not.
I don't know about that.
Maybe that was just not our school, but yeah, no, actually, I kind of feel like a bad mom, because right now is the point where everyone's supposed to have all their stuff together and like have all the K through 12 photos. And I swear I'm missing a year and I don't know where it is. But like all the other years, like I have some in the kitchen in a drawer, and I have some downstairs in a chest. And so I'm gonna have to like go through and like start pulling things from all over, because I'm just not that organized. And I don't know what I'm going to do if I get up there and there's like, I'm missing a big photo, because you're supposed to have, K through 12. And there's going to be like this empty space. And I'm like, maybe we just like skip that one and no one notices. It'll just go 4th grade, 5th grade, or 4th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade. I don't know.
Or you could just find like a photo of him during that year and Photoshop it,
That's okay. That would probably be this.
because you could do that.
Yeah.
I'm missing fourth grade and eighth grade, I believe it was. So
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the other thing that goes in the top of the box is this little thing. And I know you've seen it, and I love these things because they're fun. Guys, are you ready?
We're ready.
You're ready. And I've been experimenting. So you can fold like $20 bills and put it in there too. Like you have to
Oh.
fold it in thirds, and then the money will fly out too.
And you're like, go
So,
get that one. It fell over there. It's got 20 in it.
right? But yeah, I love these things. They're just so much fun.
Oh, that is. So they were just flat. And then as soon as you
They were
opened it
flat,
up,
yep.
it,
And they just like,
that is so cool.
and again, like I've been making them for a long time. So, and I finally, it took me till this week to figure out how to find the perfect rubber band.
Oh, there's a rubber
So,
band in them.
yes, that's what makes them pop up.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll explain that on in the post and stuff too. I have all the pictures. I'm just adding it,
Okay.
finishing it up.
So you're going to do that on your website, which is minorDIY.com. And then you're also
Yep.
going to post in the Facebook group for Cricut Crafting Adventure so people can find that. That's awesome.
Yep.
And then
Exactly.
if I suppose if they subscribe to your email list, they'll also get notifications and stuff via email. Plus, they'll get to know
Correct.
you a little bit better.
Correct. Yep. All of that is correct. You get the best stuff. I know you know that I also have the using photos in your crafts workshop. So
Yes.
using just digital photos in explosion boxes is one way. And I have a whole workshop because people have asked like, oh, but I have like all these old prints. Like, what do I do with them?
People don't even know that they can bring photos into into Cricut Design Space and work with them.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't actually have to do it that way too. So I taught so in the workshop, and you helped me with this method, I remember, of like figuring out how to get your prints. So this is a photo that I had from like college or something. Oh yeah. And this guy now, he's 22. But
Oh, crazy.
so I cut those with my Cricut. So then you can use them for something else. And I teach you
Yep.
how to do that.
So that
So,
way you're just actually creating the shape and then cutting them in whatever shape size you want.
exactly.
Yep. I think
And
that's so clever.
and I know people also, sometimes they don't want to print all their photos.
Well, or they don't have them digitally, but they have, copies and stuff. And what do you do with them?
Yes. So I also show you like where you can get them printed out in these small sizes, which are more
Oh,
convenient for crafts too. So, yeah.
I don't know
Social
why
print.
sizing is just always a thing for me.
It
What were
is.
you gonna
It's
say?
really hard. Social Print Studio. Is those cute little photos there.
Okay.
I had to do a lot of research to find somewhere that did small photos.
And so that's actually one of the things that I really appreciate is that, if somebody comes in and they're trying to learn something new, that often they can find somebody who's going to show them, who's already kind of figured it out and done the legwork to kind of make sure, like, they found the best rubber band. Like, I wouldn't even know where to start finding the rest, but I am going to click whatever M says because she's tested the best rubber bands. So,
Right.
so that actually brings me to something else I wanted to share with you guys. And we've got about 10 minutes left, but
Okay.
what
Oh
I
my
wanted
gosh.
to, I know it goes fast.
Well,
Something else I wanted to share with you guys is that both Em and I, and actually Amy too, are involved in something special right now, which is actually there are a couple more events. And the events I think are really great because they bring together people in community, but they also bring together these great teachers. And those teachers have workshops, which are actually like they've already vetted the materials, the supplies, they've gone through all this work to really create something special. And then you can go ahead and get these free tickets to these events and actually go through it and watch all together with a bunch of other people, during a certain time period, these workshops. So I am in Sublimation Camp right now, which I actually have my t-shirt.
yay.
So I have a workshop, and Sublimation Camp starts tomorrow. And Sublimation Camp is, again, I mean, it's obviously for people that want to do sublimation or interest in sublimation. And I'm showing you how to create a sublimation design in Procreate. So that is it kind of looks like that. And then you can use your Cricut mug press and create this. And Em, you're going to like this one. So it's a happy day, sad day. So sad day.
Yeah.
Happy day. Woohoo!
So exactly. So like your family knows how much space to give you in the morning.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's a visual cue. I'm like,
Yes.
So, yeah. So Sublimation Camp starts tomorrow, which means that today is the last day to get the early bird price on the tickets. If you want to get the all access pass. So there's a free ticket so that anybody can do it, which I love. But then if you want to be able to watch after these 3 days is up, or if you'd like any of the bonuses or the special like designs and things, then you're going to want to get that pass before. If you like know that time is a thing for you, you're going to want to get that before the early bird price is up, which is tonight. So yeah, that's coming up.
I'm excited about that too. And I saw they even had like classes about like if you don't have a sublimation printer, right? Like how you can still do it.
Yep. Yeah. In fact, there's quite a bit of things of infusible ink, but then also Artpree. I think they have you seen the acrylic paint, the sublimation paints in the sublimation inks? So these are like actually like using an ink pad with your with like your old stamps that you might have.
Yes.
Right. You can use a sublimation ink pad, stamp it with your stamps, color with sublimation markers if you want.
Oh my gosh.
And then it's sublimation. Yeah. So, and then the sublimation acrylic paints like completely blew me away because that's acrylic paint. I mean, you could just sit there and paint something and sublimate.
Okay, this is blowing me away.
Yeah. You didn't know about that?
Wait. No.
So, because I know you just started sublimating.
I did. I just started exactly and yeah. So I'm just learning. Like I just am like have been practicing on like the Dollar Tree tags and other way around. But I'm excited for it.
Yeah, me too. I didn't realize when I pushed our date back that we're actually like overlapping with the Sublimation Camp kickoff. And it looks like a few people are simultaneously watching them both. So us and them, which is awesome. So
that is totally awesome.
I apologize for making you. Well, I guess I didn't make you choose, did I?
No, actually, I got an email from someone going, "What do I do?" And I was like, "iPad and iPhone." And she's like, "I think I'm gonna have to do it."
Oh, see, I was thinking replay, but yeah, that totally works.
Yeah, I was like, "There's always a replay too," but
it's fun to get the live though, and I love seeing people in the chat, which is why we love doing this. But tell them about your event.
Okay, so the one that I am in now is the Cricut Card Summit. And yeah, it fits really well, right? Cards. So
yeah,
I did a picture perfect easel card. So
it's a little easel
flat, so you can send it. But then when you send it, they just put it like this and send it up. So it's pretty
simple. Slide that in.
But teach you how to do the print and cut and use the photos and everything. So yeah.
Print and cut is a thing like a lot of people. It's like one of those mental barriers for a lot. And yes. I mean, it was for me too, but I really wanted to do stickers. And so I got over that one pretty quick. I was driven to make stickers.
Okay. But I have to tell you, because this is so cool. So for my VIP pass thing, I'm sure, so you've seen my pop-up unicorn cards before, right? So if you get the VIP pass, you get the rainbow unicorn card.
Why is that so sparkly?
It's actually holographic vinyl. Then you also get the Valentine unicorn card.
Okay.
So cute. And I also designed a brand new, not available anywhere yet, a Christmas unicorn card.
Oh, that is so cute. How did you make yourself do that? Like in May or March though, or May, I guess. Like,
Yeah. It's one of the things that have been on the to-do list for a long time. And it just came together. Like the hat, oh my gosh, right?
yeah. Yeah,
Like
no, that's just
hat,
perfect.
mistletoe. Oh, and look at this. The berries
Holly.
are HTV and the silver is also HTV.
Okay, that is so cute, Like, you should be
Yeah.
so proud of that.
Mm-hmm. I am. Our friend Lucy is also in the Cricket Card Summit too. She's doing a pop-up woodland house card. Um, I love Lucy's cards.
Oh, I
Like
know. And I
she,
love, yeah.
normally does little houses. Like she's been into on a castle kick lately,
Mm-hmm.
and she sent this to my daughter.
Look at how
Look at that.
cute that is.
Yeah. So her cards are amazing. And this
Yeah.
one is actually free on her blog.
Okay.
Like,
So we'll have
isn't
to
that
link to
awesome?
that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And
lots of
Lucy is Lucy Foxworth of Paper Glitter Glue. So if you guys do want to just go ahead and paper glitter glue. And
Yep.
she is she just adores little houses, and you can tell because everything she does, like, we have to kind of every once in a while steer her away from, like, try this, because she's just like, whoa, little houses, and she just does it so well, and she does it so, like, her brain just amazes me because
right.
it's so many different ideas and options, and yeah.
Yep. And the things like I feel like taking things to the next level
Mm-hmm.
also, like she does the textures and the shading and the
Yes.
you know
Yeah, like she
how
actually has a tutorial on making like stone with your like paper crafts, like a stone
yes,
texture for your little Irish cottage, which is just blows me away.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the detail is
I have such
amazing.
crafty friends. They're like, just, you guys are just so good.
Yeah. We all are. It's so much fun. Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
again, bonding.
Yeah, this is a little behind the scenes at like our little craft. Like, we have a mastermind group that we kind of just all met, and we started meeting to encourage each other. And it's kind of like what our things are like. We're all like, hey, look what I did. So it's kind of fun.
Well, there's Lucy. The Christmas one, it kills me. It's incredible, she says. Oh, good. And Jeremy dropped that link for Lucy's pop-up card in
He is
there too.
so on this. He's
He is.
good.
Good job, Jeremy. Thanks. I love Lucy. So cute. Yep.
Everybody loves Lucy.
Exactly. Yep. Another creative therapy person. Yep.
Yep.
It's, yep. We all like to kind of keep our hands busy and get outside of our own heads and like
And
you
I
have a
think,
sense of accomplishment when you've finished something, like you can see it. And when you make someone else feel good, in turn, it makes you feel good.
yeah,
So,
and that's, I think, the best. It's not just what you put out. Like, you experience it, the pleasure of creating and birthing something, and bringing something into the world. But then you get the pleasure of gifting that, or and then they experience it in another way. And so there's that two, the person who creates and the person who receives it, and it's like, I don't know, it's a blessing for both. So
yes. Yep. Yeah. And it strengthens your connection. Connection seems to be one of the things, we're all kind of missing or that we could always just use more of, right?
yes. Well, I love my connection with you, Em. And actually, so was there anything else we were going to talk about today?
Um, Sub camp, card summit, mental health month. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
think we got most of it.
Yeah, I think so too. And it was so much fun to talk to you. And oh my gosh, it's 12 o'clock. Like,
Yeah, I can't believe it. Like,
like we are
whoa.
we are never on time. I will just tell everybody that right now. so so let's
Yeah,
see if
it's
there's any questions that we didn't
okay.
see.
Yes.
So you take a look
Yep.
too.
Oh, yeah. Um, so many. Oh, yeah. You're helping so many people by sharing your creativity. I love Jen, our friend Jen too, loves seeing the faces of people receiving handmade gifts. Like, yes, she's a big card maker too. Yep, that's the best. Jill says making someone else feel good. Esther
Emily, you have a
agrees.
lot of fans in the chat. There's a lot of people here
Oh,
saying that they made some of your cards, or they love your cards, or they think you're the best. Let's see, lots of couple people have done the unicorn card.
oh yes,
So,
that's like so popular.
yep.
Oh,
So,
Martha says new challenge. Oh,
oh,
do
yes,
you have
that's
a challenge this
I
week?
do actually. And I'd like to pretend that I thought of this and remembered, like, and thought of it ahead of time. But really, as I was thinking about this, I was thinking, okay, not a lot of us have used photos in our crafting. So I would think it would be a great idea this week for this next challenge is to somehow use a photo in your crafts. So whether that's a card, whether that's a mixed media collage, whether that's you just creating a photo frame and inserting a photo into it. I know with the Cricut Crafting Adventure, Craft with Sarah had some great shadow box photo card things. That
Add-on.
I
Yeah.
made one
Yep.
with my mom. So, and then of course, you have a ton of projects using photos. So I think that
Yes.
would be a great challenge for this next week. So I will post in the Facebook group. I'll do a post and I'll actually say this is the challenge post. And then if you guys could
Yay.
just go in there and post your photos. And the idea is that you guys are, it gives the people that want a deadline or want focus a timeline. So it's for the next week, and it gives them something to do. Now, you guys do not have to participate. This is completely optional, but I think that especially for those of us that kind of need that, focus, this is actually really helpful
Yes.
and fun. And then if you choose not to participate this week, but you're interested and curious about what you can do with photos, that thread is it going to be like the one for cards last week? There's like
Gosh.
140 some comments, and it's just
Yes.
like so many cards to kind of look. So, in
Yep.
fact,
And
I know
so many
Kelly.
different occasions, and like I had
Yeah.
missed it for some reason, and so I just saw it last night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these are
So did you see
amazing.
Kelly from Let's Get Clacking? She was one of our presenters of the Cricut Crafting Adventure. She posted one that she made like for her mom for Mother's Day. That was just it was so cute. And there were some really three-dimensional ones, and there were ones that were just, there's just so many different ones, and it was really
Shaker
fun to see.
cards, and yeah,
Yep. Yeah, there's just
that
so
like
many
the
different
designer
things.
from Craft with Sarah, like there were just
Yep.
it was really cool to see.
So people should check that out if they want some ideas for cards. And then again, for this week, crafting with photos. So show us what you can do with the photos.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hey,
So let's see. I think that is, when do I schedule the chats? They're usually, so Emily is guest hosting this week. We're definitely going to want her back. It's usually Wednesdays mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And that's usually Amy and I who co-host the Cricut Crafting Adventure together. But if you guys, I think this is a really fun format, and having somebody come in and kind of share what they're doing and their process, I think it's like really cool for you guys. At least it's cool for me. So I think we're going to try to do more of this too going forward. So Emily, thank you so much for joining us today.
thank you for having me. Like that's
Yep.
funny. I don't do like podcast or really anything like that. But man, you and Amy, I'm every Wednesday I am watching.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
I'm
love seeing you
glad
in the chat.
that you do it.
Yep. It's been fun to see everybody here. So you guys are awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
So
being here.
nice.
All right.
All
So
right.
next week,
Thanks everybody.
and we'll
All
see you in the
right. We'll
Facebook
be
group.
watching. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Bye. Have a great week.